right, welcome back to the Pumpt Prep series.
That's a prep, right?
All right, welcome back to the Pumpt Effect Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Van Elstein, and I'm joined by the beautiful wife. And this episode is all about prep.
I thought you were gonna say and someone else.
And someone else. What? Our prep, how we're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, and everything in between. Sorry, I just fucked up the intro so hard, but we're running with it. Anyway, we're going to dive straight into it. This is going to be a disaster. Also, we're using a different platform. So for the guys watching on YouTube, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at the screen and not at the camera. And this could be a disaster. We don't know yet. So it's the first time we've used it. But anyway, we're going to jump into it.
Doesn't matter.
So let's start with you. How you feeling? At, what are we, 7.5 weeks out?
So we said already on the last podcast that it's so hard with the baby and stuff like that. And that's probably the biggest challenge at the moment. And we said like that's the best prep in terms of like how we're feeling, how is our performance, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But how I'm feeling at the moment is just so many up and downs. Yeah, I looked at so many up and downs, and especially because of the baby, because I knew what I'm gonna expect. I knew it's gonna be harder with him. But when you feel that,
yeah, but you didn't know to what extent because you haven't done it before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've done prep before, but obviously without the baby. So, I was struggling on a weekend, but when I was talking to people, like I feel like everyone was struggling.
We all were
on a weekend.
I think that was the hardest.
And I think that's
week.
This 8 weeks when everyone is like,
oh, shits the bed.
Literally.
Yeah.
Then I feel like it's easier for us because we know the reward.
Yes, which I think is something we'll get into.
Yeah.
Because we're at this. Okay, before we get into that, so physically, how do you feel? Strength-wise?
Physically, I feel good. Like there are some days that when I'm like really depleted, there are some days that I feel like shit.
Yeah.
And obviously no sleep at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest killer. Hey?
And that's the biggest thing that I literally, if I sit down, if I stop, man, like I fall asleep. I literally fall asleep. So I'm happy that I'm busy, and people who know me know that I'm always busy, and it's just
she always like
go.
stop.
But you know what? Not at the moment, it is helping me.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
if I'm gonna sit down and stop, I'm not gonna stand up and keep going. You know, that with the same like energy. Yeah.
I felt exactly like that yesterday.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
What in general? Strength. So this week or last week, sorry. See, my brain is going so slow. Last week, I think, was the hardest week, for sure.
Yeah. But in terms of everything, like mentally and
everything,
physically?
I think I was the most hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I think that my strength took a little bit of a hit,
mm-hmm.
but my sleep also wasn't the best.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, with Leo being a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, this kid is so strong and he's going through a phase at the moment where he just doesn't want to wear clothes, which is standard because he sees us pose like every day with no clothes on. So he's like just copying us, like, oh, you know. But
apparently it's normal for the boys as well.
But he's so fucking strong. You have to wrestle him, like
we're
pin him to the ground.
Both of us we're holding him.
Just
and
put
he's
his
still
clothes
stronger.
on.
And I'm like,
and he just worms his way out of his clothes. And it's like, damn, I don't have the energy for this.
You know what? Energy, that's one thing. But second, patience.
Patience, yeah.
Like,
so patience
all
is
the
definitely...
prep people, you know that patience is literally doesn't exist on prep.
Yeah.
And man, with kids,
Yeah. Yeah. So last week was
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
was
6.
the hardest, I reckon. So far, I mean, it's only, what day is it? Thursday.
Yes.
Yes. So I think this week I feel better than when I did last week for sure. So physically.
But did you have a little bit more food than to last week? Last week was the
Oh
biggest
yes,
push.
I had a maintenance day on Monday. Yes.
So that
But
gave you
it didn't even touch the sides.
Yeah.
Like it felt like it went absolutely nowhere. If anything, to be honest, I think yesterday was the most hungry I've been.
Oh yeah,
Like
I could see
it was
you. Yeah.
I just fuck, man.
And then when I came back home, how many Pepsi cans I saw around the house?
I had like,
I was like
4 cans of
hungry.
Pepsi Max. I even asked ChatGPT if you can OD on Pepsi Max just to see what it will say.
Didn't know the answer.
Yeah. Hey?
Didn't know the answer. Okay.
No, it did.
It did?
Yeah, well, it said no. So I was like, I'll take that. That's a win. You can't OD on Pepsi Max. Apparently, it's impossible.
Oh,
ChatGPT knows.
Better this week.
Hey?
Better this week.
Better this week than last week. Yeah, for sure.
I think another thing is up to 8 weeks, like even between 12 and 8 weeks, it seems like, oh my God, we're getting closer and single digits, but it's still pretty far.
Yeah.
And once we pass this 8 weeks mark, it's like, oh my God, okay, we're getting really close. All right, let's push.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like.
What is good though is we haven't hit like panic mode. No. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of people will get to that 8-week mark and they'll go, fuck. All right, we're so close now. Now I better pull my finger out. You know, so thankfully we started so early where we haven't had to do that. It's literally like we're feeling the effects of all this shit, but we're at the point where we're like, no, we're in a really good position. Yeah. Like we don't have to push any harder. We don't have to drop our food. We don't have to do any extra steps.
Stress it's just it will be ready or not.
Keep doing what you're doing. You know? So that's something that I'm very grateful for.
Yeah. And more time is definitely a win.
100%.
Like, definitely a win.
100%.
Emotionally,
I think my patience as well is definitely getting shorter. But I also think, like I mentioned in the other podcast, is because I am very hard on myself, and it is. It's just a patience thing. I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah, I'm very hard on myself, and when I know, like right now, you can probably hear it. Like my brain is so slow, and like that triggers me. It's because my brain just isn't firing the way it normally would. But you just gotta suck it up and
because
it's all part of the process.
You know it's temporary. And
mind you, I will say this: the amount of extra things that I'm doing on this prep, as opposed to it is massive. Like I do have a lot more on my plate. But it's like really enjoyable stuff as well. You know, like there's no way I would have started a podcast and like done bits of YouTube and like built an app and like all of this stuff. You know, like there's no way I would have been able to do any of that on my last prep. I would have been like, all right, I have a spare 10 minutes. I'm going to go have a nap. You know, whereas now, but I also feel the same way what you just said was like yesterday was my programming day. I sit down and I get as many programs done as I can. And I just couldn't sit down though. Like I had to do it all on the treadmill with our little treadmill set up. We got a plank of wood, got the laptop set up. It's like a big massive table. It's sick. So I basically just hit steps all day, which is really good. A good little strategy there as well. So it's just like habit stacking, you know. All right, let's hit my steps and get some work done at the same time. I'll edit videos while I do my cardio and stuff like that. So I'm always doing 2 things at once, you know, which I think I got so much better at now. 100%.
Yeah, exactly right.
And I'm the worst multitask on the planet, aren't I? That's a yes for the guys listening. That's a no comment. So was that physical, mental?
And that's actually how you might feel on like 8 weeks out. Like we actually,
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a mark as well when lots of people quit.
Yeah.
because they feel
Yeah.
it's getting
And
harder and harder.
yeah, and it's only for most people, it is only going to get harder. And I think the biggest thing, I was having this conversation the other day with someone, is you haven't quite felt that reward yet. It's like
exactly.
the reward isn't quite there
Almost
yet. It's like you're grinding, you're doing everything you need to, but it's like, fuck, you still have 8 weeks to go and you haven't obviously stepped on stage or, so you kind of like at that point where it does get difficult in that sense.
Yeah,
and you start questioning yourself, hey, like, why the fuck am I doing this?
Yeah. You didn't get that taste when, like I said before, like we know the taste. We know how does it taste.
We know what it's going to feel like when we get there. Yeah.
That's why I feel like that's a lot that to keep you going.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I'm getting a full-blown crack face, but look at that. Crackhead.
Well, good.
All right. So that's kind of
I feel like that's why. Sorry. Just one more thing. That's why it's easier to go to next comp when you have like state show, nationals, and then worlds. So you feel you got done that one show.
First one out of the way.
Yeah. You felt that reward, you got that feeling, that endorphins and and all this happy feelings, and you're like, okay, 2 more weeks, that's fine, 3 more weeks, that's fine. But my big advice, guys, if you do few shows in one season, don't think that oh my god, my awards are in 12 weeks. Oh my god, 12 weeks. Just focus on that first show. Don't think what's after.
100%.
Focus on that first show, and don't get into your head that oh my god, it's still so many more weeks.
Yeah. Day by day, week by week.
Yeah.
100%. So I think off the back of all that is just trusting the process and being like, all right, I'm feeling a certain way. This is normal. This is how I'm meant to feel. I'm meant to be hungry. Like, lean into it. I'm meant to be hungry. This is part of the process. Like, if don't do bodybuilding if you don't like being hungry, then bodybuilding is not the fucking sport for you.
No. That's like
expect
such
to be hungry.
Sport to the other sports. You know, like and saying that, I want to say that if you like keep the same mindset all the way through. So if you've been prepping for 20-30 weeks, and obviously your prep, that's your prep, you doing that for yourself. So don't change your why on a day.
Exactly right.
Do that day for yourself as well. Not for a piece of metal.
Piece of plastic.
I can buy it for you. Honestly. True. Just keep doing that for yourself. Because that's the best approach.
And doing it for the reward and the process and the challenge. And well said. All right, let's get into a bit of a Q&A.
Yeah.
So, first question. How do you deal with short temper and mood swings? Do you want to answer that first?
Well, sometimes I have to just scream.
Just fucking have to let it out sometimes.
I have to. I literally have to, and I have to have a cry, and then I'm fine. Because I know it's normal, and guys, it's normal. If you want to cry, just cry. Honestly, don't keep it in yourself. Don't think that you're a pussy or no, it's true. Or weak or doesn't matter. If you're a girl, boy, doesn't matter. Cry.
But expect to have them as well. Someone's trying to call me. Get out of here. Expect to have short tempers and mood swings, and like again, it's all part of the game. It's all part of the process. Yeah.
Plus us girls, getting closer to the period,
Yeah. Also, is just keep in mind that this isn't forever.
Yeah.
It's a short-term thing.
Exactly.
We have 8 weeks left, or just less than 8 weeks left. There's nothing. It is nothing of your life.
7.
You know what I mean?
Thursday, like half of the day already. I'm saying 7 weeks.
I like to really just try and stop for a second as well, and just take it on and go, all right, this is coming. You might even see me do it. Sometimes I go really quiet and I don't say anything because I know if I let anything out, I'm going to fucking explode. So I just, sometimes you'll be like, fucking say something, and I'm like, if I do, it's not going to be good.
And
so,
now I know. So, I just have to turn around.
Yeah.
And walk away.
Yeah. So, yeah. And sometimes you have to, you just take a breath, walk away. Deal with it in your own fucking head, let it out, fucking punch a wall, do whatever you got to do. Yeah. Then come back to the situation, try and not act out of emotion so much.
Actually swearing Polish.
And you will find that is at this point you probably are going to act out of emotion a little bit, but then it's probably not going to be the right thing to do or whatever. But
I feel like you can to the people who are on prep because they're gonna understand you.
Yeah.
I'll
say this. Try and not make any really important decisions right now.
Oh yeah. No.
Because it's not going to be very logical. All right.
Do I want second baby?
Cross that bridge when we get there.
Fuck yeah.
All right, next question. Have you done anything stupid yet?
No, not on this prep, to be honest. I don't know. I just I can't think about anything stupid. Like stupid. I used to on other preps, like having 5 tablespoons of peanut butter and then spitting the
I think
peanut
I've made
butter
enough mistakes to not do anything totally stupid anymore. Not really, eh?
Not really. No,
we've been good.
That's the thing. That the long prep, which is so amazing.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know how I'm going to answer that. If we can. Stupid. Not really, eh? No. Sorry.
Or maybe things like, actually, like putting a laptop in a fridge.
The laptop?
Yeah.
I don't know if your laptop in it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's pretty funny.
But, like I closed the fridge and I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Oh, and another day.
I probably have done
the toaster in a fridge as well. Toaster in a fridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, so stuff like that.
I have locked myself out of the house.
Oh, yeah, you did.
A few times. What, twice? I think I did.
Once I had to go back.
Yeah.
The other time, your mom came here. So funny.
I did that. That's probably the dumbest thing I've done. So I was rushing.
Yeah.
I locked the door, ran out of the door, and as soon as I shut it, and I literally looked at my keys. I looked at them, and I just zoomed past them, shut the door, and as soon as it shut, I was like, "You're a fuckhead." I fucked up. And I was running late for a client as well, so I had to ring him. Broden, I'm sorry, bro. I rang him straight away, eh? I was like, hey, man, I'm going to be late. I fucked up. He's like, what's wrong? I was like, I locked myself out of the house. He's like, oh, you're a dumb cunt, aren't you? And again, so thanks, Mum. I don't know how she got here so quick. Honestly, I rang her. She's like, yeah, I'll be there.
Because she was at the gym.
Oh, she was at the gym.
Yeah, she was at the gym, so she,
Okay, thank fuck for that. Yeah. Cheers, Mum. Save me again. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next question. What has been a lifesaver this prep?
Sauerkraut.
Yes, that's a good one. That wouldn't have been my first thing. I was going to say Pepsi Max.
Yeah, more probably.
But sauerkraut has been really good for sure. It's a good filler. It's got like fuck all calories in it. It's good for your digestion.
Tastes so good.
And it tastes good.
And it's good for your guts. It's good because it's moisture. So like makes your food more moisture,
Moisture. More moist.
more moist.
Makes your food more moist.
That's the one.
Everyone hates that word. Moist.
Moist.
What else? Lifesaver. I've been
Lifesavers.
having actually decaf coffee quite frequently as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because the switch coffee
Yeah.
has some calories in it.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll
Yeah,
just.
just
Do I
like-
really need the caffeine? I'm like, not really.
Mars
So I've just
bars
been running.
long black with sugar-free vanilla syrup. That's so good.
Boss.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Hey, Brayden and Anita.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What else? What else has been a lifesaver?
Cauliflower rice.
I've only had it like
That's good
twice.
as well.
Mm.
That's a good thing as well.
Mm.
I love actually having like instead of whole bag of rice, I just go 1 cup of rice with cauliflower rice and it literally tastes like rice.
Oh, well, the next question, this kind of ties into that. How have you been dealing with hunger?
Oh, there
Any
you
tips?
go.
There you go.
Okay,
So
there
like
you go.
volumizing food
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So let's run
Yeah.
through them quick. Sauerkraut,
Well,
really good.
let's
Pepsi
say
Max.
we're not on any meal plan, so
Yeah.
we can do that kind of things that we can go by Easy Diet Diary and log in food, and as long as we are in obviously doing right choices, making right choices.
Yeah, it's all tracked in. Everything's weighed in. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like literally
Everything.
everything. Even sodium at the moment, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we started
Even
tracking
stuff
everything,
like you have sugar-free vanilla syrup. Sugar-free maple syrup has lots of sodium.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
It's
better
just
not
nice to
let
be
it-
aware of it as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, especially
Um,
later, like with peak week is so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. So with hunger,
Mm.
obviously just expect to
Mm.
be hungry. Like
Lots of water.
don't
though.
try and fight it to the point where you're just like doing dumb shit and just over volumizing your food to the point where your digestion is really bad and you're bloating, and so that's like where I draw the line.
Yeah.
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Exactly
Like
right.
yesterday is a good example actually. Like I pushed it to the point and I was like, all right, if I have any more, like volumize my food,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's gonna fuck with my digestion,
Yeah.
and I know it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that I didn't because I had my lightest weigh-in this morning as well. Even though I like volumized all my food,
Mhm.
and you got to remember when you volumize your food, you're just gonna have more volume in your stomach,
In your guts.
You know.
Yeah.
So normally I had the best poo though. Sorry guys, but
Alright. No, but that's pretty important on prep. Like
it was so good.
it's actually
And-
pretty important on prep, and lots of people struggle. So like he actually said that for the reason.
For the reason. I forgot where I was going with that. Volumizing your food, poo, wicked, awesome, lightest weigh-in. I weighed in at 86.9. Not at 7. Fuck. 70, 76. I always say that, eh? 76.9, which is like I haven't been
Crazy.
that weight
I don't
since
remember
like
you
2015.
being at that weight.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Might just jump back in fitness. What do you reckon?
No.
Skinny boy. But no, I feel really good.
Yeah.
Oxyshred
Oxyshred cans, they're pretty good as well.
cans, yeah.
Any
Yeah.
cans like
3D.
Yeah.
How good.
Kamikaze.
That one you had in the fridge there?
Mm.
Was it strawberry lemonade?
Strawberry
Have you tried it?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
bro. How
Yeah.
good.
I think grape and Starburst are still my favorite.
So good.
But
I think
yeah, 3D cans.
taste,
Ooh,
they nailed it, eh? Very
well
good.
done.
So,
Well
yeah, 3D cans. Get on them. They're fucking expensive, but
They're good.
it's like $5 a can
But
or
they're-
something, eh? That's my GA,
No.
but
IGA has sell them like $7.90.
$7.90?
Yeah.
All right.
But they are
If you
in
want to put a
supplement-
hole in your wallet,
they're in
3D
Supplement
cans.
Mart
Tastes
now.
good.
No, they are in Supplement Mart now. So
Use code Aggie10.
Agata 10
I got that 10.
for your discount.
All right. So, what else?
Trend.
How is your guys' strength at this point?
Actually, really good. Actually,
Mm.
good.
Yeah. you
Unless
have been,
I
eh?
am like in the end of the phase, the block.
Yeah.
Like I struggle,
when you're at 95%.
and when we had that
intensity week.
week, the big push week of huge deficit, like I felt it as well.
Same.
But in general, honestly, I don't have that. I remember my mindset on previous prep, like, okay, I don't eat enough, so I don't have to push myself.
Yeah, but it's our style of training then as well to now, like
now
you look at the training that you're doing now, like nothing's really changed that much, really. And we've just progressed from there, and which is obviously has been key. So it's not like we're jumping between all these different exercises. Obviously, your strength's going to feel shit if you're going from one exercise to another, to another, to another. You never even get a chance to build up the strength,
exactly.
So now we've just been able to build it and hold it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Also,
right.
obviously, going back to nutrition, obviously, if you can, continue to lift as heavy as you can, you're going to maintain the most amount of muscle as well. Obviously, having a little bit higher calories. You're still on what, 1,700 on your low day?
Yeah, and I still keep like 200 grams of carbs per day. So that's really, really good. Really good. That's why I, have my sweet rice before my training, and that helps me so much. Like, honestly, guys, make sure that you allocate your carbs before training. That helps so much.
Yeah, pre and post workout.
So much. Yeah.
But what is good is you're able to have carbs every meal, pretty much anyway, right? Because we've just filled all the space.
Well, I skipped for breakfast. Like I only have protein and a little bit of fat for breakfast. That's why I split up my breakfast. Now I have breakfast and then my sweet rice.
Yeah.
But I rather do that.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Whereas I'd rather have like a
and then we both need to
dinner,
have big dinner. That's why I don't have any carbs for breakfast as well.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather have big bowl.
All right, last question. How's your sex drive on this prep? We'll end with a funny one, eh? So it is completely normal to lose your sex drive while you're on prep.
But it's funny because it's like it depends on the day, but then a time for here as well, like we're so limited with time because of Leo, you know,
especially now because he doesn't
wanna go sleep quickly, like he wants us to stay in a room, and he's like, oh man, we have our stuff to do. And then when he finally decides to go sleep, we didn't have dinner yet, so and we're prepping, so we're freaking hungry. We didn't have dinner, we didn't have shower, and he's like, okay, let's have a shower, like freaking 1 minute, literally like express shower because I'm so hungry. And then you finally eat that dinner, and then you're literally dead. Because we're going to bed like 10:30. Waking up, stupid for something.
But I'd say the sex drive is still there though.
It's there.
It's other variables that are like, fuck, come on, man. Come on, Leo. Help us out.
No, it is.
He's like, I don't want a sister yet. No, funny story. So last night, fuck it. I'll just tell him. So
I think people should hear that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's such a common thing, but no one talks about it. So
fuck it.
We're gonna talk about it.
So last night, we this is a bit of a blur, but we woke up and we're like, all right, cool. let's have a little bit of a play. And then we fell asleep. We woke up, and then she's like, did we try and do something last night? And I was like,
I was so dead.
I don't know, eh?
I
think so.
Dead.
I thought it was a dream.
Dead to the point.
Yeah.
And then Leo woke up anyway, like 2 hours later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did. And then he ended up in our bed anyway. So, which isn't really normal for him as well. Like he normally stays in his bed, and we try not. But
something going on at the moment but in his brain.
Yeah.
We have to deal with it.
Anyway. All right.
So
we better wrap that up.
Don't worry.
Finish
Like, that will come
finish on
back.
a high note.
More time will come back.
Yeah, more time will come back, and your sex drive will come back, and all the rest of it. So, all right, let's wrap that up there. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell button. Let us know if you enjoy this setup for the guys on YouTube with the camera and the sound. Let us know if the sound is better, and if you enjoy this, a bit more. And we're going to do a little bit more prep stuff on the YouTube. Yeah. Any last words?
So how do you say? I love you guys. Appreciate you guys.
I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one.